Welcome to another session of Alien Avatar. This 4 game session will take the plot after the arrival of the characters to London, having interviewed Jason Nyman, a former technocratic agent of the New World Order that gave them information about the secret experiments that have been taking place in Svalbard, in the far, far Thule, lost in the Arctic. So after a brief battle between the cabal and the agents of the New World Order, they ran and they summoned a portal to the Umbra, where they are now, where they found a haven, some refugee there. And how do you feel? Now you are walking in a black and white street. Do you feel coldness in the air? Airy, cold ambient, a strange atmosphere around you, and lone music playing in a gramophone. You heard the music, this music from somewhere, not 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 far from where you are, in this empty street. And well, after all what happened, how do you feel? And now, for example, Lucas.
So I believe what we had when after the interview with Jason Nineman, we had our first encounter with technocracy. At least it was Lucas's first encounter with them, and I guess the adrenaline that was pumping through his veins at the time now is slowly being replaced by fear of being in this strange realm, and where the only colors that he can see are black and white, and this eerie music is sounding all over the place. So where I mean, before his breathing was really fast, but now slowly he's starting to shake a little bit, and see around.
Okay.
And
Do you see like empty shops, like some clues that maybe this place was inhabited some years ago, but now it's like a wreck, like a ruin. Now it seems like a ghost town. You have arrived to haven. You have been running from some danger, but you have fall in other potential threat for your lives. And what about Mirna? How does she feels after what she has done?
The main feeling at the moment is being in shock because she has been confronted with something that she has never seen before. She has learned to be afraid of the technocracy, but um, has never seen it. So it's like seeing the boogeyman for the first time. And also like everything that happened, opening a portal in so little time, just doing something that it's something she knows how to do, but it's out of her league. She feels overpowered by the situation. She feels like she's so small and everything is so big all of a sudden. Um, and she wants to feel like right now she can be safe and just let the brain rest for a minute, but something in her head is like, maybe not. Maybe don't relax yet.
You feel this music alluring. Something in the music attracts you. It brings you to that corner where the gramophone is playing. You start walking the street, maybe slowly, paying attention to every inch of terrain. You feel that this place is out of time. Do you feel the cold air in your lungs? And anytime you breathe, the air turns in steam, in some in it turns in. I don't know how to say it in English. I'm sorry. Well, finally, when you turn off the corner of the building, you see a table and a crystal jar with a brain in, and the music stops playing. In that moment, you recognize that you have been hearing your avatar, Moebius. How are you, Mirna? Says with a German accent. You heard the voice leaving the gramophone, but you know that the voice comes from the brain connected to the heart, to the music that was playing the gramophone.
I run towards the gramophone and I hug it in a way like it's the first thing that I see in a lot of days that makes me feel safe. Finally, like it's like coming home. And just like and for a minute I can just I even let a couple of tears just fall on my face like finally some inner peace.
Well, Thanos, you find Mirna holding a gramophone and a brain in his hands, like some kind of puppet or I don't know, pet. You, what do you think about all that? Are you seeing all what happens around you?
Yeah, I'm not sure about what does Thanos think about this situation, but he says this is a very strange situation. But Mirna, I trust in you. I don't understand anything, but I hope you do.
I
Well,
look at him holding the gramophone and I'm like we are in a dimension between dimensions to call it in a way. We are not completely safe, but we are safe from technocracy.
That's enough for the moment.
And what will be your next step? Like, how do we get out of this place?
Well, that depends where we want to appear when we come back to our world.
excuse me, young child, says the brain in the hands of Mirna to Lucas. How is your name? What's your name?
My name is Lucas. Sir, I guess. I don't really know how to address you.
Mr. Moebius.
Okay, Mr. Moebius then. Lucas Mueller, at your service.
I will pay you a nod, but I can't.
That's fine. It's the intention that counts.
And you, my lord, who are you?
Yeah, my name is Thanos.
Thanos. What a name. Are you
A name is just a name. Yeah.
are you some kind of gothic fan?
I don't would say this, but I am not fan of anything. I don't have time to spend in this kind of things.
I feel a black aura around you. You are a murderer, Thanos.
Yes, I have killed people sometimes when it's needed.
And you are a judge. I see.
Exactly. I want to be, or I want to, yes, I want to be a judge.
Well, says the brain. I hope that you will protect Myrna because you are all in danger.
Of course, this is other of my goals, other of my objectives to protect my colleagues.
The brain is floating in a green liquid full of squeezy squirtle. I don't know. Well, it moves around the brain. It creates a strange aura, a strange movement around this kind of individual, this kind of mage that now is talking to you. It has a mechanical voice, not only because of the gramophone, because you are hearing the voice of a mathematic, scientific, a man of order, science. You cannot understand how you are talking to a brain, but this is the Umbra, and this is the first time you have been when the brains looks at Myrna without eyes, without a face. You feel the shadow, the silhouette of a child approaching to you, closing the distance between the cabal and her. This small child, cloaked in shadows, walk towards Myrna, and the brain says, Myrna, this is you, Myrna.
How can that be me? I don't ever remember being like that.
Well, what can you remember?
Well, I can remember going to uni and working in Berlin and coming to London.
This is you, the day after being awakened. You are in the hospital, but your mind was here.
I don't remember anything of it. Uh, I did something harmonious and now I just lost so many memories. I just don't seem to recognize myself if I look myself in the mirror.
the child looks at you. You recognize her. It's a younger version of you, and she shows her arm, and you now can see a fresh tattoo of a strange symbol, an arcane protection star that now is recently marked in her skin. She looks at you and says, he came for me. He was looking for me. I barely survived. We barely survived, Mirna.
I put the gramophone on the floor with respect, and I put my arms and my hands towards myself or my child self, and I start to cry and say, "I'm sorry. I was just doing what I thought it was necessary. I thought I was doing something good. I'm so sorry. I never wanted to hurt you. I never wanted to hurt you."
She starts crying also, and she holds you. She hugs you, and and she crying says, she will come again. She he is alive, and he has marked us as we cannot fly forever.
I don't care. I'll protect you. Just stay with me, and I'll do anything to avoid ever hurting you again. You are my most precious part of me. I won't allow them to hurt you.
I'm awakening. I can stay here. I'm awakening. The alien says the alien will come back in my future, in your present. I'm sorry. I have to go. And suddenly she disappears as a breeze, and the coldness around you disappears also. And you find yourselves in a dark alley of the Soho in London. It's night, but you are in the reality, or so,
Okay.
or so do you think. The streets are empty. Yeah, tell me.
No, Lucas is super confused. Like he doesn't know what has happened at all. So, can I put two and two together and assume that the reason that why Mirna on the trip to London was like so down and is related to this encounter that we've had, or
Well,
do I need to roll something, or like
no, maybe you think that she had some kind of problems related with the documents and the rituals that are also present in his skin, his tattoos. She knows that in some way she is prepared to being possessed, to being a host for the demons or the aliens.
But has Lucas does Lucas know all of this? Does he just like have an idea that Mirna has done a deal and that's it, and to get information? I guess that's all our characters know, right? Like Thanos and I, because
maybe,
I think when we
maybe you know something about, but you don't know all the situation, all the information.
Okay.
Maybe you can ask ask her. Now is the
Yeah,
moment.
no, of course. It's just to avoid like a situation like how much do we know but that's fine. Yeah, as long as my character knows that there's like what's the relationship, like what has happened. That's fine. I don't need to know the details.
Well, what Myrna does now? How does she feels?
Completely lost and very broken, very fragile. Like, she literally can't stop crying, not maybe bawling like a baby, but just breathing hard and just tearing a lot, and at the same time trying to compose herself, looking around her, because she realizes that they have crossed again. Probably they were in a part where the veil was thinner, but she has not done anything to cross. So she's like, did my avatar bring me here? What is going on?
Okay. When maybe you pay attention to your surroundings, you find some people walking on the streets. You are definitely in the reality, in the common reality, because the Umbra is also some kind of reality. But you cannot leave from your mind the memory of your younger self, and from your avatar, from Moebius. She's also thinking about the meaning of the tattoos. What do you think about how can you handle this problem?
I feel deep disappointment in myself because in my quest for knowledge, I never imagined that I was setting myself for something this dangerous. I just was taking risks blindly, just going further away, just to acquire knowledge and to go further and further away, without never realizing that it could be at the cost of my soul and my body at this point. Because now I know that if something, if this plan of the technocracy works, I might just become a host of an alien, and I will lose everything I've worked for.
Okay, Thanos maybe could be more pragmatical. What does he? Now you are.
Yes, Thanos. The first thing that he does when he realized that is in reality again is check his weapons, check if they are there.
Yeah,
And
they are.
okay, I expect this. And yeah, she looks around his colleagues to assure that the situation is secure now.
Yeah, you are not being followed now.
Okay, and yeah, he's thinking, and he says to his colleagues, okay, now we have to leave the city, I think. Do we use regular ways of transport, or do we have use our powers? Or
Yeah. Shouldn't we make a plan first? Like, if we need to reach this place in Svalbard, I think we have two main avenues of help. Like, we can either talk to the London Chapel, or like in Berlin, right? Those are the two cities where we have allies. So
But I
if we
don't
leave
talk about any plans in the streets of London. I wouldn't even say yes, whether word in London. I
Okay,
just don't
fair
want
enough.
to call any attention. I think that we should leave London for now, and once we find somewhere where we can just recoup and be in peace, talk about our options.
Okay, then let's go. Should we go back to Berlin then immediately?
I don't know.
Because it's the only other place where we
maybe
like.
yes. I think that we don't have a lot of possibilities. One of them is Berlin, of course. The other, I think, that is go directly through the Iceland that we have to go, but maybe it's a bit early to go to the final boss.
Okay, then it's
But
settled. Then.
we have a car. I think
Well,
we had a car.
Yeah. Well, it was sort
Or-
of hidden, right? Like, well, not really.
well,
How
the car
hard would
was
it be to go back to the hotel or the car? Come on.
or
Yeah.
maybe we can
Yeah,
acquire another car.
Yeah.
We can rent another car.
Yeah, exactly. I think I can help with that.
We can.
I can help with that actually. Like
Okay.
I can hijack a car if we need one.
okay.
But is that what we're doing? Like we're just grabbing a car right off the street and then
Well, maybe from a street with not much people.
okay.
But
Okay. So yeah, so I say to my colleagues, okay, follow me then, and just pick whatever car like do you like the best, or do you like the
maybe
most?
we can look for a shop to rent a car. Maybe it's easier.
Well, yeah, but we will be leaving our names, and they will be looking for that car. So I'm not sure if we should like leave like a paper trail, especially if we're going to leave the country, because if we rent a car, like an international car, like they'll probably know where we're heading to. So
Okay, got it.
So, are you going to
Let's
hijack
steal
a
a
car?
car. Yeah.
Yeah, because if we rent, we need a credit card. Most places won't rent you a car without a credit card, and that's
Okay.
a trail.
yeah.
Okay, Lucas, roll wits plus streetwise.
Yeah.
Difficulty 8 to hijack a car.
Sorry, you said wits plus what?
Streetwise.
Okay, but I was going to use I was going
Willpower.
to use what?
Willpower point.
No. I was going to do like an effect, a spell to try to pull like a key right out of my pocket. But like so I can do it with two ways. I can either pull it out with correspondence out of my pocket, or
Okay.
at level 2, or I can with matter 2. I can just grab a piece of metal that fits exactly to the size, through the keyhole of the car. I can just make a replica of the
Okay.
of the key car. I mean, the first one is not vulgar, but I don't know how to justify it. Just
With your paradigm, yes.
I mean, yeah, and with my paradigm, that within my paradigm, I believe that I am sort of the chosen one. That life is a story in a way, so that's how the story goes. Maybe I could justify it that way within my paradigm. But
Sure,
if that's not enough, I mean, instead of my pocket, I can just find it lying on the floor, maybe, or something like that. When we find a suitable car, I just look around and I just happen to find the key there.
Well, when entropy, you can just find an open car.
Yeah, but I don't have. Yeah, sure, but I don't have that entropy. So I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, but me, I have entropy. I can look for this car.
Yeah, but then we will need to hijack it. But we can. I mean.
You first. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then I think I'm going to do that. I'll look up on the street for a suitable car, and when I see one, I just start looking around, and then it just so happens that behind one of the front wheels I see something shining, and it just happens to be the key.
Okay. Roll.
I can roll. Yeah. Arete.
Roll Arete plus Arete. Difficulty 5.
Okay. So 2 successes.
You find a key under some Mini,
Mm-hmm.
a very typical English car. It has the Union Jack flag under
Okay.
the top of the car. It has a British flag in the rear,
Mm-hmm.
and you of course finds a blue, red, and white key that fits into the lock and opens the car.
Okay, so well, there we go. I only have 1 point in drive. If I can drive like safely,
No,
but like if
give me
someone
the
knows,
keys. Yeah.
okay. So I hand them to Thanos, and if Mirna wants to go on the front, I'll take the rear.
No. I
Yeah.
take the rear and I just lie down. I need time to process what's
Okay.
everything that's going on.
Fair enough. Then I'll drive shotgun.
Okay, so you leave London.
Yeah, I mean we could just in case we can like buy some sandwiches or something first in cash, everything, or like something on the go. Because it's going to be like a long ride, right? Like
Okay.
I don't know how long is it from London to Berlin? Like 6-7 hours, more 8
More,
hours.
I think more.
More, I think.
Yeah,
more.
probably.
Let's see Google Maps.
Yeah.
Okay, Thanos, roll which plus stealth.
Okay.
12 hours, 16 minutes.
2 days.
16, you said?
No, 12 hours with 16 minutes according to Google.
Oh, okay. I don't know the difficulty.
Yeah, it was 8. You
Okay.
achieved
Two
2 successes.
successes, exactly.
You achieved to leave London under the radar, being unnoticed by the technocracy. And so you hit the road and drive to the north of France, running fast, running. I think that maybe in the most unwatched roads and highways, and finally, after a few hours to leave the country. How do you feel? What do you think about all that happened in Britain? Maybe I can imagine Thanos have been driving for 5 or 6 hours. Maybe I can imagine Mirna sleeping in the back of the car, and Lucas playing some CD, some radio, dialing, turning on the radio. How do you feel? What do you talk during all this time?
I guess we exchange stories and stuff like that, right? We make like small talk, and
For the
I'm
first
guessing.
2 hours, probably I just sleep. Like I put a jacket on my face and just sleep because like opening that portal was not easy.
Yeah, but it will be nice to have like a long talk, like a long quiet talk about everything that has happened since now, because like on the way to London, like also Mirna was not feeling right and stuff like that. So maybe we like all three of us haven't had a chance to to have a talk. So I think maybe this trip is the perfect opportunity to settle
Agreed.
things and to reassure ourselves of what we're doing. And of course, maybe we can also try to plot a little bit what we're doing once we arrive. When we get to Berlin, like start to plan what are we going to do. And
Okay.
so I turn to my colleagues and say, like, any ideas? Because like I'm completely broke and I don't think anyone can help me, reach Svalbard. So
Yeah, I don't have areas at all. I only have some resources, money.
I don't have money either. Like I live in campus. Like I live with other students in the university. Like yeah, I have a couple thousands just like in case everything falls through. But like that's like going to London or going to Spain, have a holiday kind of money, not going to Svalbard and fight the technocracy money.
can you like take a loan from the university or something like that? Like make up some excuse that it's for like a project, like a science project or something like that. And
what results would I be bringing to the university? Like, would you like me to bring them the black papers as the results of my investigation? They probably will find it funny.
so, how about turning to our traditions? Like, do you think the celestial chorus will help us? I mean, I could talk to this old lady, but I feel bad asking an old woman for money. It's like it feels wrong.
I think you are focusing on the money aspect of all of this,
Exactly.
which is not necessarily the issue. The issue is we cannot do this alone. At least I don't feel like we can do it alone. And I think that more than money, we need allies. Once we have people that wants to help, we will figure it out. But we cannot do this alone. And I personally don't know that many people, but if we can go chapel to chapel, recruiting people, letting them know what's going on, maybe we can get a team.
Fair enough. But yeah,
It's a very long shot, but it's
yeah, I
better
know.
than-
But we will have, the thing is we will have to tell them the whole story, and I don't know if they will believe us, and if they do believe us, like I don't know how wise is to I don't know how wise it is to run our mouths, to be telling this story to everyone. But I mean,
Yeah, but
I
how wise
guess,
is to keep it
yeah.
this to ourselves?
Yeah, I do agree that we don't have many options. So yeah.
We're gonna look like the crazy guy with the doomsday. The world is going to end, but the world is going to end if we don't do this.
Hmm. Okay. So do you have any allies in mind? I guess we could go to this place in Brandenburg where I know a couple of people that may help us. So that will be kind of nice.
I know that to Hoffman, he's a hollow one just like me, but
Yeah.
he's a weird one. He's old as time.
Hmm.
No, we don't have a lot of options. This is
We
the
need to
truth.
find as many people as we know and just ask everybody to pass on the message. I think it's our only option to get allies, just to spread the word as dangerous as it can be, or as good as it can be.
Okay.
Because the other options are like what? Just show up, the three of us in Svalbard, and say, "Fuck you, technocracy! Open the door."
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we will have to improvise. Like. Yeah.
I mean, we could pose as technocracy agents, but I think they would discover us in like 5 minutes, probably.
Yeah. So I think when we arrive, we can visit the the New Hope farm that we talk about at the beginning. When we talk before, and maybe someone can help us. I know someone who's like a very capable leader, but I'm not sure how willing how much she's willing to sacrifice. So, but maybe we can take a shot at that.
If the only help they can give us is give us names and people we can contact, that's already a lot. Like
Okay.
if you give me time to recoup, I can send messages. That's something I can do without too much pain or effort. I can if I know where the people is and how to find them, I should be able to send them quick messages to recruit them.
Okay. Then I think maybe that will be one of our best shots, because I don't I just don't know any other cabals in the city that that are, I don't know, powerful or influential enough to give
I
us a
could
hand.
since we've been in the cabal or where we met Penny, we could also like try to contact Penny and send her a message too.
Okay, that's. I mean, we can try. Yeah.
I don't know how invested she will be or how much she will believe us, but at least we will poke her curiosity probably.
Okay, that's a plan then.
Okay.
Baby steps of a plan, but probably.
It sounds like a plan. Okay. After a few hours driving, Thanos, please roll Wits Plus, right? Difficulty 8. You can spend willpower if you wish.
Okay. I'm going to use 1 point of willpower, okay?
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Two successes.
Okay, perfect. You ride to Germany, very tired. Maybe Mirna and Lucas have been sleeping in the car. Thanos is really, really tired, and finally you find a motel to spend the night in, to rest, and it's a quiet place, far from any city, in the road, and there you sleep. You rent a room and you spend the night. And that night you dream, and you see and you all in your dreams see the face of an alien, of a gray face, of a gray skinned alien with black claws in his hands and bloody wings in his back, and he is calling you, and you feel the cold in the air, the cold and the ice on the Arctic. He is calling, and you awake again in Germany. Are you going to drive to Berlin? How do you feel about your dreams?
I'm terrified. It's coming for me. Like for me, it's just not a threat. It's a reality. Like and now I'm even afraid of sleeping. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, I interpret it as a premonition that we're on the right track, that something is coming and we have to meet our destiny, and so I'm not too afraid of it. Where I'm afraid of it, but I try to withstand it. But I guess I mean I guess on the trip to Berlin we all share that, like we talk about, we probably do, right? And we realize that we've all had the same dream. So I mean that's kind of weird, because like it assumes that if we had the same dream that there's some kind of external influence that's sending that dream. So I mean that's the scariest part, not the dream itself, but the fact that they sort of know that we're going, we're coming. So we no longer have the sort of the fact, the surprise factor, let's say. Like they may know already that we're going, right, if they're sending strange dreams. Like
My interpretation is that these aliens that they are trying to put into people's body or Mage's bodies is that the aliens, for what they are, they know what we are doing because they have other a different kind of conscience. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the human host or the people that it's experimented to bring them might know us, unless these aliens have already told them and they are in cahoots. Maybe we still stand a chance, but I'm definitely aware that at least since I made the ritual to get the information, those aliens are aware of us. And for a different reason than I thought of, I never thought it would have those connotations, but they know where we are, and at least I feel like they can track me. And if you are with me, you are fucked, basically. That's my general thought.
Fair enough.
Okay, so after a few more hours driving, you achieve to arrive to Berlin, or maybe to Brandenburg. Where do you go? How do you feel returning to your home after all that happened in Britain?
I think I'm gonna go directly to Brandenburg. I asked Thanos to drop me, on the outskirts of Berlin, and I'll take a train or something to Brandenburg.
Alone?
And I asked them if they want to come with me, and maybe we can all go together. I think it will be our best bet to go together, but because it will give some credence to what has happened. I think we've already talked about it that I've volunteered at the New Hope Farm before. That's how I already knew of that place. But I'm not like super well known, or I'm not like a figure of authority in that place. So I think if someone else comes with me, it will help.
I don't want to go to the university because I don't feel safe there right now necessarily. So I will come to you with you because also me and my tattoos are kind of a proof of what's going on. So if they can help us, maybe I mean the danger is that they can see me as a danger and just kill me on the spot. But we better try.
Okay, fair enough. Then all three of us go to the New Hope Farm.
And Thanos?
I'm a bodyguard, so I have to go with my colleagues.
Okay, perfect. So you take a train, you leave the city behind, you are entering a new realm. The world, the woods, the rivers that are a few kilometers, a few miles from Berlin. It seems strange, all this nature, all this wilderness, only a few hours from Berlin. But when you are entering this trail, this path in the woods, you find something calmful, something that makes you feel good, that makes you feel in the correct place. This is like a blessing upon your souls. The night and the stars light the way until the New Hope Farm. And there you find a few buildings where the animals are now sleeping, and the few mages and members of the cabal of the verbena that live there are celebrating some kind of dinner before going to bed. When you approach buildings, you feel like some primal magic, like if the grass was greener and the rivers flow stronger and the stars are more brighter in this sanctified place. You feel like all that had happened before was irreal, and now you have found a haven, a quiet place to stay in. Well, What are you going to do?
So what time is it when we arrive?
10 o'clock of the night of the evening.
Of the evening. Okay. So so I don't know how many people are, because I know the name of the leader of the farm, which is Camera Fairmont. But I assume, because I volunteered there a couple of times, if I see like a face, a friendly face,
Yeah.
I talk to that person. I say, "Hey, I'm Lucas.
Okay.
Remember me?"
They
And I ask them.
They are taking a dinner in the dinner room, so you can just ring the doorbell and wait until maybe a quiet black woman opens the door and, with a smile in her face, says, "Oh, nice to meet you, Lucas. Come in."
Oh, thank you, Miss Fairmont. It's been so long. These are some of my friends, Mirna and Thanos. As you can see, they're also kind of special.
Just in time to the dinner. Come in, please.
Ooh, smells nice and smells wonderful.
There's a table. There are some natural dishes, vegetables and all kind of cereals and farm products. All the food is organic, and all the food is
Vegan?
ecological. Yeah, vegan, ecological. They are very tired. They have spent all the day working, but you can see in their faces some kind of expression of satisfaction. They are going to eat the fruit of their labor. So they make a gesture to take a seat in the table. And what do you do?
So I turn to Mirna and Thanos and say, I think it's late. I think we should call it a day. Have dinner, have some sleep, and tomorrow morning we'll talk to her and see what happens.
We've been surviving on sandwiches for days. I say that's a good plan.
Okay. Then yeah, we say hello to everyone and have dinner with them, if that's fine.
Okay.
And at some point, I ask Miss Fairmont if we can, sleep there, spend the night on the farm.
Camelia nods affirmatively, and she looks at me. She looks to Mirna with a smile in her face, but you know that when she looks to Thanos, you pay attention that her expression changed abruptly.
Okay. He can sleep. He can sleep on the car. He can sleep in the car. That's fine.
Well,
is this a joke, Lucas?
No. Yeah. I mean, they should have a conversation about it. So I don't intervene.
Okay.
Well, she only says one thing. We don't want problems there. We don't want warriors or fighters or all kind of assassins. And she looks firmly to Thanos.
I am a judge. If you don't want that I stay in your home, I will leave.
Well, at least leave your weapons in the door.
Okay.
So you spend the night, and the next day, the chicken I don't know. You heard the chickens waking you at the 5 a.m. the morning. People awakes very early with the first rise of sun, and well, you find some breakfast in your table, some eggs, some bread. What do you do?
I say good morning to whoever I encounter and have breakfast. And if during the breakfast I see Camera, I would like to talk to her and say if we can have a chat with her, like alone, like the three of us and her at some point of the day, because we would like to discuss something very important.
Okay, and she has been doing some cooking coffee, and she put 4 mugs of coffee, 4 cups of coffee in the table, and she says, "Well, I guess that you have something to say me. Well, go straight. What do you want?"
So I look at Mirna and Thanos and say like, and I shrug my shoulders like, do we tell her the whole thing or?
At this point, I think the only way she can understand our point is if we start from the beginning, tell her from the first day.
So because it's a lot to take in, I do tell her the whole story, but I do advise her that it's going to take a couple hours to tell her everything that has happened from the visit to the graveyard of our fallen comrade to the visit to London, like all the dreams that we've had, all the revelations, all the the proof that we've found of the things that happened 60, 70 years ago. So that's gonna take some time. So
you tell her that the Nazis that performed those experiments were verbena.
yeah, I will tell her. Either she gets pissed off by it and tries to write that they're wrong, or it happened a long time ago and she doesn't care. I don't think that's something that she wouldn't like to hear.
Well, she remains silent until you end, and after that, she says, "Well, I believe you, Lucas.
Okay.
I believe you, Mirna and Thanos. You have some important mission to save the world from a lost plot in the time that can put an end to all reality itself. But that have happened many times before. And every time is the end of the war. And every time some cabal plays to be the heroes, giving themselves some kind of importance or they really don't have. We lost the Ascension War. The Ascension War is over. We only have to spend our last years in connection with the nature and the world. And this is how we can change the things without fighting, without killing anyone. Do you understand me?
I do understand you. I do
Yeah.
understand that you're not going to help us.
Exactly.
That's what I understand.
That's the conclusion.
Listen,
Okay.
we don't necessarily, we are not here to recruit you if that's what you think, but you probably would recognize that other people might be interested in helping. And if you can help us be in contact with more people, the more people that wants to come in the suicide mission, the better for us.
Suicide mission.
Well,
You know? Do you know what? Some time ago, I have a lover. It was back 20 years ago. He and I were initiates of the verbena. The land in Brandenburg was bleak, like a wasteland. The city consumed everything around. She walks towards a tree, leaving the house, and did asking for you to follow her.
mhm.
After a few minutes, you arrive to a powerful big tree in the center of the farm. And she continues. He gave his life to reawaken, to reignite the node behind the farm. He sacrificed himself for this quiet place, for bringing back the magic. We are not going to bet, or we are not going to risk all he has done for a suicide mission. But I can have met some people like you. Roll, Mirna, roll, please roll charisma plus persuasion. You can spend
You said-
willpower.
But you said,
Caris what?
but you said Mirna,
Charisma,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Charisma plus
Persuasion.
alertness, you said, right? Perception.
No, perception, no.
Ah.
Oh, yeah,
Persuasion.
cabal as charismatic as a stick. Yeah.
Well, persuasion, it would be
Let me a minute.
expression. Well, probably I don't have a single point on it, so.
Okay. Expression.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, wish me luck.
Well, you can spend willpower. Do you know it?
Yeah, but I have little willpower, and we do have a suicide mission. I've already spent a lot of willpower so far.
So you fail, or do you have? I have not seen the roll. Do you achieve some success?
No, it's a 4 and a 5.
Okay. She looks at you and she says, "I'm not going to put at risk any life for your suicide mission. If I would know anyone, I would not tell you."
Well, that is awfully selfish of you. We are not trying to hurt anyone. We are just trying to save people.
Yeah, save them, losing their lives for saving the world. You are only saving your egos. Do you know it?
I get that you're a coward, but why are you talking to us like that. If you don't want to help, that's fine. We'll just leave. But we don't need a speech about what's right or wrong. We've already chosen our path. So either help us or just.
We're talking about people being possessed by freaking aliens. We are talking about something that is horrendous, like anathema. Like we are talking about an abomination, and you are just like, we're doing it for our egos. How blind are you?
Do you not understand this? I'm not a coward. I just have find other way to change the things.
Yeah, the coward's way.
Yeah, you can sit and hug your tree. We'll save the world. Thank you very much.
Yeah, exactly.
Is this another joke?
Not this time. No more jokes, Thanos. I think we're done here. So, Camila, do you know anyone who's willing to embark on a suicide mission to change the world? Or are you just going to hug this tree until you rot and die?
Well, you are telling me a coward.
Yeah, I actually, like, for the first time, you see Lucas upset. Like, he's usually like a very like chill, like bubbly guy. Like, he always has a smile. Like, he's usually in a good mood. But for the first time, he's actually upset that this woman has said that this is a suicide mission and why do it and stuff like that. So yeah, he's like frowning.
Well, she's very. I think that she's also said you have done achieve to convince her to aid you. So he just keeps silent and.
Well, I mean, she knows the gravity of the situation.
Yeah.
I mean, I could try to persuade her, but I don't see the point. Like, if she doesn't want to do it, because
she believes that what happened to you was real, but she doesn't agree with the gravity of your situation. He doesn't pay all this gravitas to all what happened to you. She's only saying all this happened many times before. There have been many ends of the war in the last years, and violence doesn't put an end to anything. Just means another beginning of the cycle. So,
yeah, because there were other people like us who were willing to put a stop to it, and now it's your turn. But you just want to turn your back on destiny.
Destiny.
So tell me something. Does the tree? Is it like a magical tree, or is this just like a beauty? That's the node, right? That's the node of the.
She has said that her lover.
Yeah.
Gave her life to reignite to the tree. So So he sacrificed himself, and he became the node and the tree.
Okay. No, because if it's magical, then I'm not going to do anything. Because I was going to burn the tree down or something like that to make her wake up.
Well, it's the node, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we are done here.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know how to convince her. Like, I mean, she's a nihilist right now. Like, nothing, in the sense that it's not worth it because something will happen. Someone else will step in, or it's not as as important, and that's fine. That's her opinion, but. I do want to ask her, like, because that was unclear to me. Does she know someone that might help us, or she said that doesn't know anyone?
Yes, she knows.
Yes, I know.
Okay, but you don't want to tell us?
Yeah, that's true. I don't want to put other lives in risk for your
Okay, but you
suicide
don't get
mission.
but you don't get to choose for them. Just tell us, of their existence, where we can find them, and then we'll ask them. If they choose not to come with us, that's fine. But at least let us meet them.
Well,
You've already
well,
chosen your cohort's path, but maybe other people may think different.
well, roll charisma plus expression difficulty
Yeah,
8.
I will say it's more intimidation than expression, I guess. But okay.
Or I'll
So
mark your load.
She's not intimidated. She's only
Yeah, I know,
well,
I know. I only say that because I'm angry. But so charisma 3 and expression
expression.
1. Yeah. Can I? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you can
if
spend
it's
willpower.
difficulty 6, then it's a fail. It's just a failure. Can I spend?
No.
Will
You can
Can I
spend a willpower. Yes.
Yeah, I would like to spend one. Okay, because I think this is important.
Okay. She says, one day after you leave Berlin, a new cabal appeared in the city, looking for some Enigma transmission. It's named the Jupiter's Force, but we didn't want to have anything in common with them. So we just asked they for leave the farm and they went to the city looking for this transmission.
Did they give you any kind of contact, any way of contacting them?
No.
So we only have a name, the Jupiter Force. Do you know the name of any of the people that made up that group?
Yeah, sure. One of them was of your tradition, in fact.
Oh, nice.
Well, they thought they were going to save the world. They thought they were going to reinvigorate the Ascension war, to kill more people, to
Yeah, one step at a time. First we save the world, then the Ascension war comes next.
Have not been enough victims in this war. Have not been enough blood for now. Do you really want to make war again with democracy?
I'm not interested in war. Who said anything about war? I just want to, save some lives.
Well, you are going to attack democracy.
Because democracy lives matter now?
Yeah, and maybe we don't have to make war with anyone. Maybe we can find another way, but some help will be welcome. Like we haven't decided yet, how we're going to proceed. Maybe we can find, some way to, to help everyone involved.
I can see your auras. I can see the air around you. And Thanos is a martyr. He's an assassin. He has killed innocent people.
I mean, not so innocent. At least the ones that I've seen.
Listen, I don't need to see your aura to know you're a hypocrite. Like, you guys, you traditionalists, give us so much shit to people like me. Like, we don't care, like, we are individualists, that we do not even know what magic is, whatever, because we don't follow any kind of rule. But you know what? I am here, and I'm trying to save people, and I'm trying to defend whatever you think you have here. Because if we don't go there, how long do you think this is gonna fucking last? So, don't tell me that we are doing something for our egos. I'm trying to do what's right, and definitely whatever you're doing is not right.
Well,
Like she's pissed me off already.
Yeah,
Fucking woman.
I'm angry as well. Like I think Mirna and I we're actually pretty angry right now. So I tell her to tell me the names of the people that she knew about the Jupiter Force, and I tell her, well, I'm not going to tell her anything, but I just want to leave this place.
You have a name. You can use your.
Yeah, but you said he's of the Celestial Chorus, but you didn't tell me the name.
Yeah. She looks at you very upset, and she says the chorister was named Philip Morcant.
Okay. Do I know him? Like, have I ever heard the name before?
No.
Right. Okay.
See, he was asking for some hermetic.
Okay.
The one in the grave, you say.
Oh, he was looking for a colleague for.
He was looking for a transmission from the World Council that he said was in possession of Frederick Lang.
Oh, okay. So maybe they were the ones who were okay. I get it. So they were the ones supposed to get the transmission, not us. Okay. Okay, that makes okay. So suddenly when she tells me that that things puts a lot of things in place. Okay, she's been much more helpful than I thought she was. I thought she would be. Yeah, so I just I shrug my shoulders. I look up to I look to my colleagues and say, okay, so I think we got everything that we could hope for. Do we leave? Maybe we can take some onions or some turnips or something, but I think that we're done here. I don't think she's gonna be much help.
Yes, thank you for your hospitality.
Sure. Don't come back.
Yes, I'm going to kill as much people as it is needed to defend our traditions. Yes, I will do.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, thank you.
Also, does the tree have fruit? Like this magical tree? Does it have is it a fruit tree or?
No. It's like oak.
Okay. So can you do a tea with the leaves of an oak? No, because I was thinking of grabbing a couple of leaves so I can eat them or something. I'm sure I will get a quintessence point.
I don't know. I really don't know, but you know that it's a sacred tree from this cabal. So
yeah, I don't care. When she's not looking and we're about to leave, I grab a branch and I break it and I take a branch with me.
But she's looking. She's
no. I mean, when we're about to leave, I mean, we say goodbye and everything, and maybe if she turns around, I want to do it. If she's looking, then of course not. But if she's not looking, if she goes back to to have breakfast or to finish her breakfast or something, then I want to steal a branch of the tree.
Okay, you steal the branch of the tree.
I'm sorry, but she's pissed me off a lot, and yeah.
Okay, yeah, you steal the branch of the tree and you take with you some leaves.
Okay. Yeah, I'm cool now. We can leave.
You want to bring her coffee too?
Yeah, I store the tree branch in the car. I want to. I don't know. I'll make something out of it. Maybe I can make a new focus or something. I'll come up with something.
Well, what you are going to do? What do you feel and what you are going to do?
So maybe we can ask around in the city. Probably if this Philip Morcant was asking around, maybe he talked with Edith Kramer. She's another chorister. I mean, she's the oldest chorister in the city. So maybe he talked to her. So maybe that's one thing that we can do. I can start asking for I can talk to her, see if they had a chat or something. That's an option. If not, we can ask all the cabals in all the cabals that we know in Berlin, see if they've talked to anyone.
If you want, while you speak with her, I can go to talk with Hoffman, tell him what happened because he knows the beginning of this. And I don't think he might help, but you never know what he might say.
Okay.
And I should rather go alone because last time it was not very successful.
Yeah, the same. Edith is very old and she doesn't like a lot, surprises.
So Mira is going to talk with Hoffman and Thanos.
Okay, we have to search one cabal, right? Okay, so
The Jupiter Force.
exactly. Maybe I could do some kind of spell with entropy to try to find them.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you going to do this effect?
Okay, so I think that the only thing that we know about this cabal is the name, right?
Yes. Oh, and you know the name also of one of his members.
Okay, so I'm going to write down in a paper the name of the cabal and the name of the guy that we know, and I'm going to cut the characters, and I'm going to try to enforce that characters to form an arrow to that points to a direction, something like that.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Roll everything.
Okay. How much difficulty?
5.
5. Okay, I'm going to spend willpower. Two successes.
Okay. So, like some kind of compass.
Exactly.
Now you have a direction to follow. Are you going to go alone in this quest, or maybe with Lucas? Mirna is going to talk with Hoffman.
Yeah, exactly. If Lucas has to join me in my crusade, yeah, right. He's welcome.
Lucas, are you going to talk with Edith Kramer first, or are you going to follow Thanos?
I think we can follow Thanos. I mean, if his guess is correct, then I don't have to talk to her.
Mirna, do you prefer to talk with Hoffman first, or follow the theory staff of Thanos?
No, I think I prefer to talk with Hoffman first because really I think he might say something helpful, but I don't think it's gonna be change the world information that he can give me. So I will just remove it from the to-do list.
Okay. So Mirna first. After some time crossing Brandenburg, you arrive to East Berlin near the Karl Marx Library, where Hoffman has his house in a empty, quiet street, East Berlin. You ring the doorbell, and the doors opens, and you can see the brass face of his automaton, of his sister Maria. She opens the door and lets you in. What do you do once?
I first politely said tell hello, like, "Hello, Frau Maria, is Herr Hoffman in the house?"
Well, she doesn't. She cannot speak. She's only a machine. He doesn't. She doesn't have a soul yet. And he only closed the door and starts walking like a brass mechanical woman to the dining room. For a brief moment, you see some human expression in his glass eyes, but you are not sure about how many humanity this robot really has. Hoffman says, welcome, welcome, come in, please, Myrna, come in.
Thank you for receiving me, Herr Hoffman. I was not sure if you would be happy to see me again.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about my tantrum the other day. I was very upset with
Don't be
your.
sorry. We just released a hornet's nest in your living room. Of course you were upset.
Thank you for understanding. Well, do you want some tea? I'm going to prepare it myself.
Oh yes, please. I would appreciate some good quality tea. The one in London was terrible.
Yeah, I know. And after a few minutes, he comes back with a cup of warm tea. So, what do you want, Mirna? How can I help you?
I don't really know if you can help me, but the way you can actually help me, if you listen to what has happened to me these last days, and if I can have your insight, I would very much appreciate it because I'm a bit lost on what to do next.
Okay, sure. I will listen to you.
Well, since he knows the beginning of the story, basically I tell him what we have discovered and and what has happened until we arrived to. I don't tell the part of the verbena when we just arrived, but I just tell him, well, we are looking for a direction on how to take this, or if you know someone, or if you know any way we can do this.
Well, maybe after some hour putting words to your thoughts, he says, well, are you sure about risking your life for a problem that the traditions created?
But it's a problem that is knocking on my door. You know I have my body covered in the same symbols as these people that has been sacrificed to these alien entities. I could be the next one. If you want to think I'm doing it for selfish reason, that is, I mean, kind of right. Like I would rather die than just give my body to whatever.
Can I take a look
Yeah.
to the files of your contact in the technocracy?
Well, it's not a contact, but I actually have the files because I am the one who stole them. So I just put the papers on the table and let him take a look.
See,
And when I do that, I'm like, wait, this man is looking for a soul.
yes, he was looking for a soul. He paid attention to the pictures, studying those kind of experiments that the Nazis performed back in the concentration camps in the 40s. And he says, I have seen this before. Maria drowned some demons that resemble these pictures, corpses. And she drew this more than a century ago. These creatures, these aliens or demons, have been present in our war for more than a century, and he gives to you an image of Coppelius, the creature that Maria drew in dreams before being killed by their Sandman, the creature that drank the soul of Maria.
Do I recognize the picture that he shows me?
Well, yeah, these creatures are like a alien race. You have dreamed with them. They have put that strange symbols on your skin. They have been they were who killed Maria. They have many names, and one of them was their Sandman, the Coppelius, the creature of the dreams that killed her sister. And one of them was the creature of your dreams.
Does this mean that it's not safe for us even to sleep anymore?
Well, that means that they have been here always. They have been since the beginning of our history, predating from humanity, consuming our souls. Some people say that aliens created humanity or civilization, and maybe they are not wrong. What do you think about that, Bernard? Or do you think that aliens created humanity, or do you think that was God?
I don't believe in God. Well, at least not all the gods they have offered me to believe in. And before I awoke, I believed in science, but I also believe in aliens, and I believe that this world is so big and full of things that we do not understand. And I've seen these aliens, so if they had part or not in our creation, it's kind of irrelevant because I mean we could ask who created the aliens, and then we would be looking for God or whatever. But what I know is that they long for our bodies for some reason, and they want us to be able to have power over us. So if it would make sense that they created us in a sense, but it's been forever. So
some people believe that aliens are fighting a war against themselves. That some gods, some aliens exile, forsake the others from reality, and so they banish them to the other dimensions or realms. Some archetypical aliens fought against some primigen aliens, and the primigens are buried under the waters of this world in the heart of the earth.
you're talking about the deep ones and Cthulhu, because I've read about this, but you never know until what degree is fiction. And I know some of these entities exist. Like
Well, I don't know if all this is real, but what if it is? What if it's really real? What if actually some aliens fought against others and the winners exiled and banished the losers to the corners of the world? Well, what if actually are some aliens in prison somewhere, waiting for a moment to come back to reality.
Well, it looks like what they are doing in Svalbard is their chance. That's why they need to be stopped.
Yes, good point.
Well, I'm an old woman, an elder. I have no chance to stop anyone. But I think that you should know the power which you are dealing with.
It looks like we stand no chance, to be honest.
I don't know. Maybe we are all damned, as many followers say.
Is there anyone you think I can contact that could help us?
No, I don't know anyone. I'm sorry, Berna.
It's okay. I just have the hope that you would give me a solution that this would be easier instead of harder after talking with you. I feel a bit lost.
Well, anytime you want, you will be welcome in my house.
Well, if I don't come back, just remember me fondly.
I hope you come back.
I pick up my papers, I say my goodbyes, and I leave the house more depressed than I was when I arrived.
Okay, so after that, we are going to go with Lucas and Thanos. They are following the direction of the compass that Thanos made in his book, in his papers. After a few hours, you find like a district, like a ghetto in Berlin, a place named Trondheim. You find some graffitis in the walls and people around fires trying to warm their skins in this cold night. To walk in the alleys and narrow streets of this ghetto, trying to find some place, some door that drives you to the Jupiter's force. And finally, you find a gray metal door with an owl engraved in his surface. What are you going to do?
So you said that there's a hole in the door?
Owl.
An owl. Okay.
An owl.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, is it open? Is the door open?
No.
Be careful. Owls are not a good thing.
So, can I, with matter, can I touch the door and like unlock it?
Yes, you can.
So can I just make it so it looks like it was open the whole time, you know.
Okay.
So do I roll RP
no,
or
no,
okay.
You don't have to roll.
Okay.
After a moment, the locks melt as have been open, as always have been open, and you hear some voices behind, and a strange sound like electric, like some electric effect running across the surface, across the air, and suddenly you find a woman pointing at you with a pistol, and with an Australian accent, she says, "What the fuck are you? Who are you?"
Good night to you too. I'm looking for Felix Morgan. And I don't raise my hands. I just stay there chilling. I try to keep my cool.
Who are you?
My name is Lucas Miller. I believe we are in possession of something that it was supposed to be sent to you, but we just received it, by accident. So we wanted to make amends by delivering you the package that sadly you never received.
Okay, she drops the pistol. She looks at you, and you now can see under the light a young woman with some kind of metal body armor.
Wow.
And a strange science fiction pistol in his belt.
Yeah.
Okay, come in.
Oh, nice. Let's go, Thanos.
You indoors find 3 more people.
Mm-hmm.
They seem like a cabal. They have been in this place for some days, maybe the time you have been in Britain. And they look at you. You can see a black man with dreadlocks and the nude chest, plenty of scars and black ink tattoos, and you can also see a quiet computer programmer with a cross in his neck, like some kind of penchant.
Okay.
So it seems like the woman is the leader of the cabal, and she invites you to take a seat in the table with the other members.
Okay. So we take so I take a seat. I say hello to everyone, and I introduce myself. Hello, everyone. I'm Lucas. Very nice to meet you.
Well,
are they drinking something?
Yes, they are drinking like rum.
Okay. So just to ingratiate myself with them, I ask if I can also have a drink with them.
Okay, the black man with dreadlocks serves you a glass of rum, and you can see some kind of dust floating in the drink.
But that's because it's old, or because there's some kind of drug in it?
Yeah, it's some kind of drug, but he's also drinking.
Oh, okay, so it's Coke or something like that. Yeah. Then I make a toast.
Okay.
I don't know who these guys are affiliated with, so I say, I can't think of a toast that a mage will make, because I was going to say to the Ascension War, but it's kind of stupid. So I don't know what to say. So I say to a better tomorrow, and I.
Okay, and the black man makes pay drinks for his cup and pay a long taste of his glass and says, "Well, so you are people we have been looking for many times. Lang Cabal, I guess."
That's right. He's our fallen comrade.
You have the newsreel, the transmission of the Sphinx.
Not me personally, but I know who has it. But in any case, I can provide you with some information that will be valuable. But I will first like to know what's your relationship with Lang, because we were his, he was in our cabal and he never told us about you. So I would like to know what's your history with him.
Well, we actually we have not any relationship with him.
Oh.
We are Sphinx followers. We are loyalists, believers in a new future, in the possibility of a new council of the 9 traditions. And we believe that these transmissions, this Sphinx, is our best chance to change the things. We contacted with Lang before he fell, and he was going to give us transmission, but we don't know how he get it, how he.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. So, do you have any idea what the newsreel was about? Like, did Lang tell you anything about it?
Well, this is not the first transmission of the Sphinx. There have been many transmissions in the last years after the Avatar Stone. Some people believe that the masters of the arts of the traditions were lost forever after the stone. But we do not believe so. We believe these masters or lost masters of the traditions are somewhere delivering us some messages of hope, some important information to people who can change the things. They have been at least 3 times. We have found some evidence or reports of influence of this Sphinx or this Royal Council. One time, a Boston cabal discovered a traitor in the century thanks to these transmissions. Other time, a Chinese cabal fought a nephandic cycle of pederastic criminals. They all die. The the nefandous murder of the cabal. So these transmissions are not without some risk. Do you understand it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do understand. So yeah, then I believe this transmission is just as important as the other ones, because it has pointed us in the direction of technocratic construct, and in fact we were looking for help in a maybe, we may have to siege this construct, and yeah, this technocrats, yeah. So
you see that the cabal is excited. They are keen to enter battle with technocracy again, but the woman, the leader, is very very calm and very sad with this news, with this piece of news.
Okay, so yeah, I tell her that the newsreel revealed some gruesome experiment that some technocrats were doing, and they're currently in. I tell them that this construct is in Svalbard, and we returned to Berlin to gather up some allies and some resources and go there. And I think you guys might be our best bet to join forces. I can give more details if you want to, but let's just say that yeah, the Sphinx was right. These were some really gruesome experiments, and this needs to be stopped. Otherwise, a lot of people will die, a lot of innocent people.
You see the black man, the nude chest, plenty of scars, his black eyes, his black ink tattoos, contrasting his skin, and he answers, "Be sure that we will be there with you."
Perfect. So I know this is a bit out of line, but do you know how to get there? Like, do you have any way to get there, or like?
My name is Alex Desjens. I will provide a way to reach Svalbard.
Okay, that's nice to know, Alex. Nice.
My friend is Aaron Dogon, and he points to a Akashic brother, and this is Philip Morkant, and this is you can see now a hacker, the one with the cross in his neck.
Okay.
And finally, the leader of the cabal is Janet Wolf. She is Australian, but he's a good person indeed.
It's nice to know. I say hi to Philip. I say, hey, Philip, I'm Lucas. I'm a fellow chorister. It's really nice to meet you. Welcome to Berlin.
He pays you a nod, and with this final scene, we are going to chronicle this game session with one last encounter with maybe Myrna arriving later to the Trondheim haven, finding Lucas and Thanos talking with Janet Wolf and Alex Desjens and the other two members of the Jupiter's Force.
Mm-hmm.
And what Myrna and Thanos have to tell the others.
Well, I do have all the documentation because I do have the reel and I have the papers. We can provide our version of the facts, and I do provide them some insight about the aliens and how they are attracting them to bodies and how they are doing it and why it should be avoided, obviously.
Okay, and how do you feel about having find some allies? Maybe what do you think? What do you think about this kind of fanatics about the Sphinx? Some these warriors of the Ascension that fight a battle after other for salvation of the reality.
I have my reservations because it it looks like too much of it's just too convenient that we have found them and they're probably our wild cards and in my mind I'm getting ready because I do think that they might think of us of being dis- expendable. Like they probably will be very glad or ready to sacrifice us because we are not one of them. But at the same time, I think it just goes both ways. We can just use them to get what we want to do, whatever cost.
And don't you think for a minute that now you have find people in charge of this message, of this transmission, you don't have the responsibility of taking care of this problem?
No, that has never crossed my mind because since almost the very first day, I felt it like it was destiny in a way, like something too personal, something too big to ignore. And first, if I don't feel like I can leave this to these people that I don't even know, because who knows if they're gonna be successful. Like I would rather die on this hill than just keep living and one day be a victim. I would just rather fight.
Okay. And finally, Thanos, what do you think about this new cabal and all what they have to say?
Yeah, Thanos was thinking about destiny and about if this destiny is only involving its own cabal. But it seems that this destiny is shared with this other cabal. So Thanos is more or is confident about that they are in the right way to achieve their challenge.
Okay. So we are going to let the chronicle there with the final image, with the final picture of our character, of our mages approaching the island in a boat, breaking the ice, icebreaker cruiser approaching this dam island, this outpost, this construct of technocracy with when a cold when a cold blizzard hits you in your face, cutting our skins, making you remember these distant whispers in the umbra, having find a new monochromatic place where all is gray and white, a place where you all are going to finally die. And that's all. I hope you are enjoying the Chronicle. Next game session will be the last one. And I hope that few audience that have been following the Chronicle have enjoyed it. You can find more information about Mage and Vampire and other World of Darkness games in the forum and this channel. And ciao. See you.
Bye.